Hi, I'm Jennifer Olden from the EFT Lab. I'm an EFT supervisor in Sacramento, and today I'm going to be talking with Kathryn Rheem. Kathryn Rheem is an ICEPT-approved EFT trainer. She does trainings all over the world. She wrote the first dissertation on withdrawal re-engagement, and she has a newly released training tape out on stage 2. So I hope you enjoy the interview. It is on Kathryn's North Star, her mantra that she holds on to in order to stay oriented throughout her sessions. So thanks. So I want to ask you a few questions about EFT.
Yeah.
And
we know I can talk. We can
yes.
talk about EFT.
Right, well, and we are grateful for that.
Well,
so
thank you.
So one thing you said at a presentation in Berkeley was about emotion being the messenger of love.
Yeah, you remember that.
I do. I use it.
You use it?
It's really helpful for me.
Yeah.
It's a really poetic way of thinking about the attachment frame.
Yeah, it kind of brings the attachment frame to life in a way that I find actionable. When I also like putting things into sound bites. Because they're phrases, when you teach, they're phrases that people remember or not.
Right.
And then we think about them and we mull them over, and it's like, right, emotion is the messenger of love. Let me take that in. Let me sit with that. Let me see how that, with my next couple, how emotion as a messenger of love comes alive for them. And so for me, emotion brings the attachment, needs, fears, and longings alive.
Yeah.
And as EFT therapist, I feel like my primary job is to help each partner distill their emotional experience about their partner, about their relationship, about how it feels to be in the relationship, and share bits of that in a vulnerable way, as vulnerably as possible. The flip side of that is, in a more distressed, escalated couple, certainly the soup of secondary emotion is also emotion that is a messenger of love. And sometimes because of a soup of secondary, couples don't know that there's primary emotion, and that soup of secondary makes people question their love or doubt their love.
Right.
And so emotion being the messenger of love, and emotion is incredibly adaptive, it's incredibly malleable. We can work with emotion.
It's malleable.
It's malleable. It's transforming. It's transformative. I don't know the best words, but because emotion is alive, we can mold it, and we can shape it, and we can go in search of.
Right.
And so we use that.
I love that.
Tell me what.
Just this idea, because I think when you are in an intense emotion, it doesn't feel malleable.
That's true.
It feels like this is forever, and there's no escaping it.
And this is the only emotion in
town. And this is all, and this is truth.
Right.
Right? And so to just think all emotion, right, can be changed, it's malleable.
Yes.
And then to think inside, right, emotion is the package here.
That's right.
It's a messenger,
yes.
of love.
Yeah.
That's very powerful. I like that.
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it resonates. It's there was something you were saying that made me think of when we unpack emotion, as I say to my couples, let's give the emotion space to work and then make the meaning. And so because I experience emotion as a messenger of love, let's make space for the actual experiencing of the emotion.
Right.
And let it run.
Right.
Let it move us as it moves and courses through our nervous systems, and then make meaning about what this emotional expression is.
Okay.
For you, for the two of you. And so I like as we...
Can I break that down? Can I try and understand that?
Sure.
Because I think what I hear you saying is that, right, we're meaning makers.
We are.
So we
all
have
humans.
All humans, that's what we do. And you're saying slow it down. So I'm trying to put together all the things that I've learned about emotion, and the meaning is part of that. So if I am feeling sad, and I don't know, I have just this sort of, pain in my chest, then you're saying you stay with that, and then you reflect it, and and you validate it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you talk about the meaning.
Yeah, we give your sad, that pain in your chest,
Yes.
we give it room to move, because emotions
Okay.
move, emovere, the root of to motivate.
Okay.
The emotion is full of action tendencies.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
what we literally need to give space for the action tendency of the emotion to do its job in order to get the intelligence out of it.
Okay.
And so, of course, emotion compels behavior, drives behavior.
Right.
That's also part of the action tendency.
Right.
And so let's just use the process, the elements of emotion, make space for the elements of emotion.
Yeah.
And that's why we know emotions are malleable. There's always more.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why most people and lots of our clients don't know that there's primary emotion.
I
They don't
see.
know that there's softer emotion. Like I'll always say, what's
Right.
the soft underbelly of that frustration?
Right.
And that's sometimes a new experience for people to realize there is a softer underbelly that I haven't shown in a while.
Okay.
Because that's risky.
Yeah.
And I can't afford to feel vulnerable right now.
Right. It's not that I'm not sharing it. I'm not giving myself access to it.
Right, because then for some of us, if I give myself access to it, then what do I do with my vulnerability? If I don't feel
Right.
safe sharing it with my loved one,
Right.
it's hard to hold.
Right.
So I can't even let it come alive inside of me
Right.
because it feels too big, it feels very potent. I would crumble, I would weep all the time.
And I don't have a template for that. Means it's time to turn to someone.
That's
my loved
right.
one.
Yeah.
So it's just an empty, vast.
Yeah, right. And that's where attachment comes
Yeah.
in. Because you love, you're interdependent.
Right.
But as you just said so beautifully, if I don't have a template to turn to my loved one,
Yeah.
then I don't have any reference for confiding and how confiding helps us feel better about ourselves and our relationship. We do better after we confide, but confiding is uncomfortable.
It's so scary.
It's
right?
scary.
For all of us.
And for all of us,
Right.
yes, and even risky and foreign. And why would I open up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So circling back.
Yeah.
And then I wanna ask you another question
Okay.
that's been sort of with me in the last few days.
Okay.
So, emotion is a messenger of love,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that basically, I mean, it means a lot, but it's really this way. You know what it is for me? It's like a North Star,
Ah, love it. Wow.
right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yes. The
what?
compass.
Yes.
Yes.
What? Because you never, you just
Right.
it's
Keep orienting ourselves in our
Yes.
sessions with our couples
yes.
with this emotion as a messenger of love. At least for me, that's orienting
Yeah.
for me. And I love that frame of the North Star.
Right? It's a North Star because so much can be happening. But if you have a North Star, you know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Just to remind our viewers that Kathryn, you have a training tape coming out, stage 2, and it's about 8 hours, almost 8 hours.
Yeah.
You can go to her website.
Washington Baltimore
Oh,
Center
okay.
for EFT or WBCEFT.com.
Okay.
Yeah, Washington Baltimore Center for EFT.com.
Okay. And you can find the link there.
Exactly. Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.